are Confessional Magazine, and this is More to the Story, brought to you today by Iris and Bo, whose toner helps keep my laugh lines in check, because you never know what our guests are going to say. Visit irisandbo.com today and use code CONFESSIONAL for 20% off.
So much love in this heart of mine.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Confessional Magazine, and I am here today with the wonderful Fab the Duo. Thank you so much for being here today, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So, can you guys just introduce yourselves first, and then we'll get into a little bit about what you are all about as a duo, as individuals, and we want to hear your story.
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Greg.
My name is Brendan.
And yeah, we are Fab the Duo.
And you guys are calling in from?
Los Angeles. Yeah.
California.
Yeah, we got some West Coasters today.
Newly posters.
Yeah.
So I know that you guys, first of all, happy Pride. It's
Thank
a
Happy
month
Pride.
of celebrating and just learning more about each other on individual and deeper levels, just so we can all, I don't know, just get along a little bit better, right?
Exactly.
So Greg, where did you grow up?
So I originally grew up in Texas. I grew up on a 60-acre farm with all the animals. I always say I was a city boy trapped in a country boy's life. And as soon as I was able to leave, I did. I ended up moving straight to Austin, and then that wasn't big enough for me. So then I moved to New York, where I met him, and now we're here in LA.
Okay, so what about you?
So I grew up in Vermont, so also very small town and country. And then I moved to New York, met him, and then we moved to LA about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Nice. So you guys do this music and entertaining together. And how did you guys meet through music, or did you get together and realize that, this is fun and you guys are doing something great?
Well, we actually met through, I'm actually repping them accidentally.
Tinder.
We are a couple as well. And we met through there, and we immediately both felt a very creative connection first. And then it just slowly turned into romantic. And now we're here.
We were dating for like a year first, though, before we tried doing anything performing wise or music together. And then we started doing it, and then just sort of took off.
When you were in New York because you are recently out in LA, when you were in New York, where could people see you performing, or like what kind of, events or venues would be like your goal or your like center for entertainment?
Yeah. We were always in which village?
Well, we were always
East
in
Village?
Manhattan, always in Lower East
Lower
Side,
East
West
Side.
Village, East Village, even though we lived in Brooklyn. It was
Mhm.
always easier to have shows in Manhattan. We sort of started out doing cabaret shows and then moved to the like full band rock music venues. And some of the venues we played at were, Cutting Room, Bitter End, Bowery Electric, and we do have some shows in New York later this month. So we could talk about that at some point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's exciting. So when you guys are writing your music, are you, in a studio together, working on this as a team with other collaborators, or do you guys kind of like get into this on your own?
Every song we've written and have released has been completely written by just us. So we haven't had, eventually I'd love to collaborate with other people, but we haven't really had much of a songwriting team. It's just been us. I sort of started out, I was like a singer-songwriter when Greg met me. So I started out writing a lot of the songs, but more recently, especially our newer stuff has been a lot more collaborative and us really writing it both together.
Yeah. And then I come in and I make it sound more interesting because he's very singer-songwriter, and I'm like, no, I need drama.
I love that, and it works. That's why it is, Fab the Duo. It's not you or him, it's the duo, It's
Exactly. No, we always get asked like, how is it working with as a couple? And we're like, I don't know, like it works, and we never try to screw it up. So
and we're both like the front, because people also always ask like, oh well, who's the like lead, who's the instrumentalist, and we're both the front men. We're both it's like a two-man boy band here.
Literally. Yeah.
I mean, I love this, and I just love there's nothing like live music, right? Or like being in the same room with people that are just on the same energy level as you. It's just like magic, right? So how do you guys get ready for a performance when you're getting ready to like get amped up to get out there on stage to bring this energy to a room full of people? What do you do to get yourself there?
It's been so long.
That is such a good question, and we've actually never been asked that question. For me, one of the most important things to me, I come from the theater world. So like for me, as going into character, my outfit is everything. I need, in order to fully get into whoever I'm about to be, I need to have the exact outfit. I need to feel it. I need to pretty much become that person. And I always say, like, getting on stage, there's a very different Greg than what you get in a normal day to day. And so, yeah, for me, it's all about making sure my outfit is good, making sure my face is good, making sure my hair is good. And then, yeah, I think we don't have that many rituals, if any. We try to take a shot of tequila right before a show, but not always is that possible. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been like so long since we've had a live show. We have a live show, our first like actual live shows for like over a year. Is next Friday at Red Line in downtown LA.
Yeah.
So we're super excited and we're rehearsing a lot because we're like sort of out of practice.
I forgot how
I know,
hard
I
it
feel
is.
like it was, yeah, it's a workout. And so just making sure we're ready, getting in the zone. I'm also like a very different performer. I'm very different on stage than I am in real life.
Yeah.
And I feel like you just get in this whole different zone. And it's a completely, there's like nothing like performing live. So I'm so excited to finally be able to do that again. I feel like a part of me has been missing for so long this past year. And
yeah, and maybe do you think that's why the two of you work so well as a couple, is because you're both putting on these personas on stage, but then you're coming home to just it's the two of you.
Exactly. It's a very fun duality. You
because
know,
I feel like it's also a persona, but we're also still just being real and being ourselves, and we
think,
sort of just interact with each other on stage.
One
like
of
would
the way
anytime.
we fell into performing together was kind of funny because, again, as I said, I come from the musical theater world. I dragged him into it, and we did a cabaret show, which is just a collection of songs for those who don't know, in a story format, and we did that, and it was literally just because we saw a really bad one and we were like, we could do better, and if we were, what would it be? And then we just came out with it, did it, and what that show was just us kind of bickering the whole show, and people ate it up, and then that was whenever we realized, oh, we might have something here. And then we started, like, that went off Broadway for a second, and then we did this, and it all just like turned into a band. So it was a happy accident. And yeah, so like I think one of the main things that people like about us is that on stage we don't keep we're not uptight on stage. We let the accidents happen.
We try to keep it real. If one of us messes up, we'll be like, hey, you messed up.
Yeah.
And people love it, honestly. Like,
we give each other looks if someone screws up a note. It's just, some may call it unprofessional, but we just call it fun.
I love that because then you're playing into the audience's emotions too.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, that's super fun. So in LA, what's the next step out in LA? Because if you just moved there for 6 months, there had to have been some like, now's the time, like we're pulling the trigger, this is happening.
Yeah, so obviously, as a musician, LA was very much of a place we knew we had to go. And like I moved to New York to do theater, so then once I wasn't really doing it anymore, it was like, okay, I don't need to be here. And then of course the pandemic happened, and we had already been talking about being bi-coastal prior to the pandemic, and then we stuck it out for a year or so in New York, and then we're just like, no, we're not doing this again. So yeah,
it's sort of a crazy time now because I feel like the first couple months in LA there was like absolutely nothing going on with the pandemic, and like suddenly, literally yesterday, like all these things are suddenly piling on, and we're like, what? Oh my god, it went
both
from like
of us were like
0 to 60 in like no time whatsoever. So now we're really trying to like get the ball rolling. We've been working on new music.
Yeah.
We have some new stuff coming out very soon, so stay tuned.
Very,
and now
very
we're
soon.
you know, we have our first show in LA.
And it's really exciting because I don't know if you're a Gleek, but I am, and I was. And Kevin McHale is doing the show with us.
No way.
Yeah.
And then we also have Nikki Blonsky, if you know her. She was Tracy.
She's my girl.
Yeah.
I interviewed her in the past.
That's right.
Oh,
so
amazing.
obviously, like it's a
we're
bomb
super
show,
excited.
and especially for our first show in LA, we're just like, wow, this is great. So
yeah, I mean that's gold. That's gonna be so much fun. I wish I could just fly out just for the event. Really,
you have a place to stay if you do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, so lots of things in the works, and I'm really excited because we didn't get the full experience of releasing our EP like we wanted to last year, but we're working on something really exciting, and once people dive into this, I think they're gonna really love it.
I'm sure of it, and I can't wait to just spread your message and spread your music and just get more and more people out there and listening, and just it's a good vibe, it's a good feeling, it's good energy. And more people need just happiness in their lives, and that's what you guys are bringing.
And I think our new music is gonna, I think people are gonna be really excited about it. We're just bringing the fun, and yeah, it's gonna be a little less serious. It's gonna be a bit more fun, a bit more pop and commercial in California.
It's literally all about just letting out what we have held in for so long. So most of the songs that we've been writing have been written during the pandemic, and so it's a lot of angst, but like happy angst. It's like, I need to let this out. I need to express something other than miserableness and anxiety and depression and anger. I just need to release some good energy.
Take the lid off Pandora's box.
Exactly. Just let it loose. So yeah, so we're really excited, and yeah, we're continuing our trend of trying to be everyone's gay best friend.
Well, I hope you guys take over the world one day. I really do.
That's our plan. That's the agenda.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you guys just hopping on here and chatting with me real quick. And if anybody's out in the LA area, be sure to check them out, look for tickets, because they have this amazing show coming up this next Friday with Nikki Blonsky, and it's going to be wonderful. And I hope somebody's recording it, because I got to watch a playback of that.
I believe there is a videographer there. So
nice. Okay, guys. Well, I so appreciate this. Thank you again for joining me. And I just can't wait for everybody to hear your music and get to know Fab the Duo a little bit more. So thanks again, and I will talk to you soon.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
So much love in this heart of mine.